Welcome to another layer of the Opticon card deck, and this is a layer that I'd like to speak about, and it has to do with the 3 blank cards. Now we call them 3 blanks because they don't necessarily give us any imagery that is pertinent to us, and in fact they redirect us to go and shuffle and do the deck again. Now why would we have 3 cards like that? Well, it's the same as that what we went through in our training. We can do all the work we want to until we reach a threshold. There's about a millimeter between us and the threshold and pushing through to a whole new state of consciousness. And in that millimeter we stop dead still and we enter a stillness. And for a period of time, can be however long, from minutes to days to years, we stand still, we do nothing, we say nothing, we simply hold our resonance and be who we are in the stillness. And once we can learn to receive that stillness and to find the peace, we are then taken through an initiation into a whole new level of consciousness. We are then allowed to cross the threshold. These 3 blanks are similar to that. There has to be a small place where we can't demand an answer, where we can't demand action, where we can't demand anything. And certainly it's the place where, if we're out of alignment, your higher self, your God, the infinite intelligence, has to be allowed to say to you, look, the state of being you're in, the way you've asked the question, what you're thinking about, is not going to deliver what you need it to deliver. So these 3 cards give that place of choice which redirect you into the direction it needs to go. The rephrase, the focus, and the ask again, and this door is not open. If you receive a rephrase, your question is either double-edged or you have an emotional charge attached, which will cloud the direction of the card. So you really could ask the question, how am I supposed to get over the betrayal? It's a double-edged question. You're talking about betrayal, which is something that you've judged it to be, but you're also talking about how do I get beyond it. There's 2 whole directions there, and most time if you ask a question like that, you'll be asked to rephrase it again. So another way that you could ask it is, my situation and what I'm currently feeling or what I've currently gone through, how can I get over that? What is the energy that I need for me to get on with my life and to run at my future with joy? I've made no mention of betrayal. You know, often our perspective and perceptions cloud a lot of things, and the other person on the other receiving end may see it a very different way. So the universe is never partial to defending one person against another. It's simply accepting of all people. So you've got to be careful how you ask something, that it's not a loaded gun, that it doesn't contain any judgment. If you receive focus and ask again, you are likely thinking about something else, and you need to clear your thoughts and ask succinctly again. So if you come in with an emotional issue or you just want clarity or focus, but your mind is on dinner, your mind is on picking up the children, your mind's on the opposite to what you've just asked, if you have a double mind, if you have a split consciousness, one part of you somewhere else, perhaps a holiday in Fiji, the other part of you is here by the deck, this one will ask you to go out, to refocus again, bring all your energy present, and even if you split in the past and the present, or the future and the present, you're still at a place of a double mind. You have to really sit down, be centered, tuned in, as if nothing else exists, as if it's just you solitary in a sanctuary before your higher self, before your God, before the infinite intelligence. So focus and ask again, okay? And redo it again seriously. This deck will also tend to spit out those that are just playing around, monkeying around, perhaps if they're under alcohol, or if they're not taking it seriously, it's not going to work for them. So, this is pretty serious in terms of tuning into your higher self. If you receive, this door is not open. The question you have asked is not open to you, and the answer will not benefit you at this time. You could try asking in another way, but don't be surprised if you receive this card again. Some things are better left in the unknown for the time being. With all my years of experience in terms of tuning into other people, sometimes even looking into my own cupboard to go and have a look what's there, the door remains firmly closed under lock and key. With other people in the beginning, I would do a reading or sit with them and talk to them and psychically try to tune in, and it would be quite obvious that the answers are not flowing in and the doors remained closed. In the beginning, I would always think to myself, well, what's wrong with me? Why can't I tune in? And it was only with time and experience that I got to understand that I can easily tap the answer for them, but they're not actually ready for the answer. If I had to give them the answer, I would sometimes be breaking the law of free will. Sometimes my influence would send them off in a direction that I didn't fully know the consequences of. And sometimes my intervention would be premature. So when that door closes, when you're told it's not for you to know the answer yet, then trust that. And sometimes the door's not open because we ourselves are not ready to hear the answer. Sometimes we're just going into an experience. So an end result is a premature answer. Sometimes we're in the middle of an experience and we still have to process it. We still had to digest it and move through it before we can get the next answer. So trust this. Like I said, you can always ask the question in a different way just to try and see, or just trust that the process works and the answer's not there. You may come back in a day's time or a week's time or a month's time and find the answer's readily given to you because you're then in the right frame of mind to actually receive it. So none of these cards are random. If you receive one, pay attention and focus and try again. Well, thank you for this card reading. I really enjoyed speaking to you, and I really enjoyed sharing with you the further depths of the Opticon deck. Speak to you soon.